at 3 p.m. Eastern Time to learn live for your picks for today's action. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set notifications. We want you guys to be live with us. So you get the plays in real time to get the best numbers with them. Before we get underway, just a couple things. Remind you of our promo code. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and get signed up. Also, love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. And, of course, our podcast is Tony's Picks. We put every pick and every show in podcast form. Tony's Picks is the podcast available on all major platforms. Just search Tony's Picks in your favorite platform. And our website is Tony'sPicks.com, where we post top cappers in our industry posting their picks. Premium plays here for you. Take a look at our leaderboards here. Boy, Mindy coming off a monster day. You can see our top leaderboards. Collins has been hot. Nick as well. Paul, click the links, get signed up to our long-term passes. You'll see our featured premium picks here on the center of the page. We also have best bets up for sale. Each capper can release one best bet per sport per day. You can see many of them up there on the site. Collins, Tiffany in action. Sean, we welcome Sean back to the site, coming back after, was involved in a really, really serious automobile accident. Glad that he's back and healthy and back here on the show. And of course, we've got I'm in action here. Brandon as well, Ramon, Mindy. Lots of best bets on the board, so get on board. Morning's team as well. Our $15 premium pick. Every capper can designate one of their picks as a $15 premium pick. Just introduce their service to new and existing customers, and many of the cappers want to make a great impression. You can see best bets there on the board here at that $15 price point. Our 3-pack offers great value for you, so you can find many of them up there. As you see, they are profit guarantee. And profit guarantee means it must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is profit guaranteed. And of course, many of those long-term one-day passes are up there for you on the board. And of course, our pick ticker, you can purchase the plays a la carte with team versus team information on our pick ticker. All right, let's get underway here with the game day picks. On the show today with us is Mindy Hahn and Ramon Scott. Let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Mindy Hahn. You'll find over at Tony'sPicks.com. Come off a monster Sunday over on the site over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can check a look at the leaderboards. Mindy, what's happening?
Not too much today, Tony. How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Tonight we got some NHL on the board as we have the Flyers here taking on the Avalanche. Avalanche, big road favorites, total 6.
Yeah, here it's a Flyers team that's ranked 31st in goals for, and an Avalanche team that's really not doing all that much better here this season. They actually ranked 21st in goals for, and then this Avalanche team is 4th in goals against. So they're not scoring many, but also not allowing too many here. The Avalanche, they've scored 1 goal or less in 3 of their last 5 games here. And the Flyers team, they're only averaging 2 goals themselves over the last 5. Avalanche is 2-7 to the under here thus far. Flyers 4-6 to the under in the last 10. Also, it's the Avalanche is 5-1 to the under in the last 6 road games. Also, 5-1 in the Flyers' last 6 overall. So yes, of course, I'm going to take a look at the Flyers here today. The total on this game, the Flyers under 6 goals here. I think it might even have ticked a little bit to towards 5.5. But yeah, I think the Avalanche here aren't necessarily going to run away with this one. I think the Flyers are going to be able to keep it close, and it will go under the 6 goals here today.
All right, Mindy says go ahead and go under 6 here with these Flyers and Avalanche. Under a lot here when the Avalanche takes on the Metropolitan Division. Just a lot more defensive, physical teams there in the Metropolitan. Is that the case there? Because we always think of Avalanche as a high-scoring team, high-flying, but sometimes when that high-flying, fast skating meets the physical grit, things can change.
Yeah, we can't forget they're the defending champions there also. But both of these teams have really kind of been hit by injuries. The Flyers are without some of their key players, about 4 of them. So that means basically what they're left with is about 3 guys that are really making, putting up all the goals here, this season. They have both of these teams kind of have these emaciated, lineups or offenses. Another thing is, Carter there in goal, he's been playing well, even though the Flyers don't have a good record here. He is even at 7-7 also, for the season. So again, that's why I don't really see this one, even though the Avalanche is probably the better team, I just don't see that here with these guys, taking off today and putting up just a ton of goals. So I might be a little bit, anti of what I've read, right, about what other folks think about the Avalanche, but not according to the bookmakers, of course, especially when they put that under total, under 6 or to 5.5 here today.
All right, Mindy here on Avalanche Flyers under total of 6 goals. This one will have a start time here up 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com right now, where you've been on fire here in the NHL. 1,609 units of profit. That is all documented over at Tony'sPicks.com. Coming off a really huge day yesterday. With 380 units of profit showing up on the side, up top of the leaderboards as well. Doing great work there. Tonight we've got, 8-game card from the NBA. We've got Monday Night Football. A few from college basketball. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, I mean, this college basketball, card, there wasn't much there today. It was kind of hard to try to find, some action to go over on the morning Steam show, so we kind of left it alone. You do have like a Gonzaga game out there, a Troy game, so there's some that may be, that may interest you out there. But yeah, I'm off a really nice day yesterday. Was 4-0 in college basketball. Do have 2 plays today, both in the same game. So you can go ahead and check that one out here tonight at 6 o'clock. You can buy those individually, or I do have one of those as my best bet of the day in college basketball. Also 2-0 yesterday in the NBA, 14-8 in the last 7 days there as well. So yeah, I do have a 3-pack available in the NBA today, as well as a guaranteed best bet. And then also was 2-0 yesterday in the NHL. Where I'm sitting at 51-32 in the last 30 days for the NHL. So yeah, you can go ahead and catch. I have 2 plays again, but you can get one of those as a guaranteed best bet. And then also will be in action in Monday Night Football with the Buccaneers Saints game. So should be a good day all around. Should be able to find any, game or sport that you're interested in putting a few dollars on here this evening. But instead of doing all of these, Olive Cart or just, a couple packages here or there, why not get something a little bit longer term? You can get you through to next Monday if you go ahead and pick up a 7-day pass. We'll be in a lot of action here over the next 7 days. Or you can go ahead and get all of these bowl games if you continue on and get a 30-day pack. And then make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout to get all of those. I think we got good things going on here this week and this month. So get signed up to one of those longer-term packages.
That's right. Got both with Mindy Hahn over at Tony's Picks. Fantastic numbers up there. Of course, you put the promo code there. Tony T will save you 20% off out checkout. And when you land on Mindy's page, you'll see the great results she's put up there on the site. Of course, lots of action today with that 3-pack from the NBA. Also a 7-pack in there with a mix of sports from college basketball, NFL, NHL, and NBA as well. So lots going on over at Tony's Picks with Mindy. NHL best bets, also best bets from the NFL, college basketball best bets, NBA best bets, and of course, as Mindy was mentioning, the long-term pass is probably the best value right here. Get all of Mindy's pre-and plays for 7 days. Here we are on Monday, right? You get the 7-day coverage,
right.
Get you covered here for NFL. We got NFL here on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Army Navy, if she's in action there, is coming up, and also there's some FCS playoffs. Not a lot of people are on those. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll see how that rolls. But anyway, a lot of college. We'll have college hoops, NBA, NHL. There's plenty of sports overlapping here as we have a little bit of lax in college football before the bowl games start in a couple weeks, but there's still a lot of going on here with NBA, NHL, college basketball boards. We've got a big board tomorrow from college basketball, so a lot's happening over on the site. We have these tournaments in Madison Square Garden coming up, so lots going on right now. That weekly pass is a great value there. Use that 7-day all sports pass. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you'll get signed up. Or I've also put together a Twitter account for Mindy over at Tony6Mindy. Of course, Mindy in the mornings with Ramon, Saturdays through Thursday with that morning steam as well.
Yeah, my brother usually makes it out there to Madison Square Garden for that basketball tournament. Haven't heard if he's going this season yet or not, so I'll have to. It reminds me to give him a call and find out. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Tony's Picks Mindy, where I have another game here in action. This one is between the Flames and the Coyotes, so you can go ahead and pick that up. Another free pick. You can also go ahead and watch Mindy and Ramon every morning. Well, almost every morning. But Saturday through Thursday, you can catch us at 8 a.m. Central, where we go over all of the picks of the day on the card. And what we do there is try to find a little consensus, let you know where lines are moving, when to get in, when to not. And also, it's nice that we have, the Morning Steam crew, the Morning Steam team in the chat. We had lots of new folks here again today, putting their input in on games. We love it when we get consensus with our whole chat group, because we know those folks put in the works. They give us stats and everything. I feel like it's kind of our job to go through and do all the hard work for the folks watching, but we get it just, back just as much. So lots of very educated folks that are in our chat room here with the Morning Steam team. So we're having a good time. Come back and see us again tomorrow.
That's right. So tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m. each time with the morning scene with Mindy and Ramon. Of course, Tony's Picks Mindy is where you'll find her on Twitter. We put a Twitter account for her with more picks there. So check it out with Mindy Hahn. All right, Mindy, as always, great having you on the show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right. Thanks so much. We'll see ya.
You got it. Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set notifications. We want you guys live with us so you get the best numbers when we give out these plays from our great cappers here on our show. Let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. Now, time to welcome in Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at Tony's Picks, also part of that morning team. Let's bring him in right now. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony's just watching Brazil, just putting on a clinic here.
Yep, they're indeed putting on a clinic. Lots going on today in soccer. Of course, college football, the transfer portal making a lot of news. We've got news here as well from baseball with the free agent signing. So lots happening here in the sports. And like Neon Dion says, get in the portal, get in the portal. And the guys are getting in the portal. They know, hey, let's just show our cards. I love the honesty.
Oh, Tony, I got to tell you, it's ironic that you mentioned that because, yeah, there was a little bit of downtime with a short card today, and I'll just be honest with you. I watched I watched the press conference with Dion. I watched his send off at Jackson State with his team, and I also watched him greeting. Maybe I went a little overboard, but he's got his own social media team that follows him. You can see these videos on YouTube, and I'm hot and cold on Dion sometimes, but if he came into my press conference like that, like he did at Colorado, I mean, it's sincere, it's from the heart, and it's proven that he is having success. So a great opportunity for him and his family at Colorado. He laid out so many brilliant points as well why he's made the move to Boulder. If you got a moment, I'd encourage anyone to go check out those videos, especially the ones that came from his media team at those individual events, because he's a compelling figure and it's no joke.
No, absolutely. I did totally sincere. Very, very refreshing to see. All right, we're going to college basketball out your way. I think you can watch this on the Mountain West channel online. I couldn't find any national television, so it's San Diego State. If they had a better opponent, maybe CBS Sports would have said, okay, we'll put you on TV. But Troy's not a slouch anyway. But tonight we have San Diego State here hosting Troy. San Diego State laying 16.5, total 137.5.
Well, like Mindy said, Tony, it was a little bit slim pickings, and I saw some other videos out there. Ben started his college basketball series recently, so he had previews today as well. Ben's doing a great job on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel with the videos, so looks like he's getting involved with more college basketball as we head into conference play, so I encourage everyone to check those out. Let me get into this one here. I just want to touch on it also, Tony, because it's the Aztecs out here, visit with my home team. So Troy comes in. It's another bye game for San Diego State. They haven't lost a bye game in 4 or 5 years. Last time they lost one was 2018 against Brown. So they're inviting Troy, giving them some money here. But Troy, you said it, Tony, no slouch. Scott Cross has done a pretty good job since coming in. He's improved the team. The first year flatlined it a little bit off of the predecessor there, but improved each of the 4 years now in his fourth year. And Troy's averaging 81 points per game. That's 40th in the country. They did lose to Edwardsville on Saturday, but they're 3-0 as a dog, and they're getting big points here against the Aztecs. They defeated Florida State already this season. They did lose to Arkansas by 13 points, led that game with like 11 or 12 minutes to go. San Diego State, they lost to Arkansas as well, but by 2 points in overtime. I've got Arkansas rated very, very high right now. And one other team I have rated pretty high, Tony, is San Diego State. They dropped 7 spots this week to 24th in the latest coaches poll. They won't be that low when the season ends. San Diego State does have one tough game left on their non-conference play after tonight. They play St. Mary's before they get right into conference play. So with San Diego State being the obvious choice, I think, right now in the Mountain West, they will rise back up in the standings. They often get overrated a little bit, in my opinion. I follow the program closely, yet they've still had pretty stellar results when it gets to, even in the postseason, because we don't expect big things from the Mountain West, even though you talk about the 6 big conferences in college basketball, then you take a dip down, but Mountain West is probably number 7 if you go by the KP rankings any way they are. And I think everyone can agree with that as well because of this Aztec program. Now, San Diego State, they're just 2-5 against the spread. Might be even tough to get this number tonight. They did have a couple of illnesses on the team going into this over the weekend. They also missed Tremel. He's got a turned ankle. So just a little bit of a bump in the road for a San Diego State team that, for quite frankly, Tony, this is unlike any other team they've had. Not that they might be better or succeed further than that some of the good San Diego State teams that got deep, but maybe they will, because this team has offense. Sometimes they had to make do without any offense, but it's just so much experience on offense that San Diego State brings into this season. And they're also 27th in offensive possession, the quickness in their offensive possessions. That's unheard of. No Fisher team did that. No Dutcher team did that. All the San Diego State teams have been, anywhere from probably 125th or higher to upwards of 250th. That's offensive pace. Now, they'll still slow you down. Right now, they're 274th in limiting opponents' pace defensively. But like I said, Troy is putting up some points at 81 per game. So they're playing faster offensively. They have pretty good combination probably at guard tonight with Butler and Parrish. They'll have a pretty big advantage over Punter and Mohammed. Now, Phillips, he's pretty good player for Troy, but he's going to be matched up with hard-nosed Matt Bradley. Nobody likes to go up against Bradley. And Duke Miles, questionable for Troy. That kind of maybe what kept me off a premium here going over this total because Miles averages 14 a game, and he's questionable for Troy in this one. Troy, 255th, Tony, in effective field goal percentage allowed. So, and Troy does knock down some threes pretty well. They're like a 100th in threes. So I've got to go over 137.5. Already lost about 3 points of value on the move higher. Can't recommend it necessarily as a premium. But San Diego State, 5-0 to the over at home. Troy, 4-1 to the over on the road. Willing to give it out here as a free play on Tony's picks, on Game Day Picks.
All right, Ramon here on Troy, San Diego State over 137.5. There's a very experienced San Diego State Aztecs team. And although they are giving up some points around the hole, unlike other teams, it was very difficult to get shots near the basket. But again, there's a team that I think is gearing up toward offense. And we always heard about the situation with Ben Holland at UCLA. Pretty much the AAU coaches running them out because they didn't like that slow down style and they wanted the Lavin style. And that's what they want in West Coast basketball hoops. They want that fast tempo, exciting play, scoring, numbers bring dollars.
Yeah, San Diego State, they might be doing it. They can do it a little bit differently. I mean, they obviously have one of the strongest home court advantages, but, they've always been able to attract a couple of key transfers. It's always kind of helped this program. And they basically have improved the program since building the on-campus arena, getting Fisher in there. It started, nearly 20 years ago, right, where they've kind of built that up and just transferred it to Dutcher. We was a coach in waiting. It's a perfect situation for him. So they do it a little differently. And right now, with the advent of the transfers, mentioned Dion and what he's going to have going, but it's helped San Diego State quite a lot. They're almost building all of this little situation here with the transfers, and that's really going to help them. And like I said, to fall 7 spots right now, yeah, they lost a couple of games, Arizona and Arkansas, 2 teams that are right there in the top group of teams as well. I got to really think that San Diego State at 24th in the country is underrated at this point. They look to me well inside the top 20. Like I said, Parrish, Butler, Mensah. They will be without, I think, a couple of guys. Maybe A-Rob tonight and Trammell might not be in there. That kept me off the side. But once they get into conference play, I mean, they're not going to lose, but probably 3 or 4 games with Utah State, Boise. You got to figure the Lobos, Vegas will probably be the other top competitors there. It'd be a disappointment if San Diego State didn't win the Mountain West this season.
Colorado State's looked pretty sharp to start the season.
Say it again, Tone.
Colorado State.
Oh, good for them. Yeah, good for them. And Wyoming, they've got their star player. He's been in and out of the lineup, but he's certainly a first-teamer, all Mountain West, I'm sure, Maldonado as well. But San Diego State could have several on that team. I love, you mentioned those Ben Allen teams. I went to school with Chris Carlson, his longtime assistant, through NAU, Pitt, and UCLA. So I didn't have a problem with the way they were doing things. It just, as it turned out, they needed to move it more. They were trying to make it kind of regional at UCLA, and UCLA needs to make it national. So I get it. And Lavin found himself down here with the University of San Diego. So it hasn't quite worked out for him yet. They maybe have had a slight bump in the road, a little disappointment. They'll be on track. But anyways, Tone, good game here tonight. Sorry you got to watch it on your iPad if you want to check it out.
No worries. I'll watch it on the iPad. That's cool with me. Troy San Diego State here going over 137.5. This one will have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. Mountain West Channel TV is pretty good. You don't need to log in. You don't need to create accounts. Just go in there and they'll free stream it. I love it. It's a great streaming service. So it's, again, you can just watch it on your iPad when you're watching Monday Night Football or some late night NBA or NHL. It's easy to watch the games there, which I like a lot on that Mountain West online stream. Better than Mountain Channel.
And if you have a little bit of handiness with your Fire TV sticks, I mean, when you go to that site, I believe it might be just one click away where that game pops up. You just might have to scroll with the bar a little bit. And if anybody does it like I do, with a lot of the conferences do a nice job. The Northeast Conference, I think, does an excellent job with their coverage back in the New England area. So there are a lot of conferences doing the right thing. It's all about this media and the way we can present it now, and no excuses anymore.
Yeah, that's right. You can find it even if Fire Stick using the browser, the Silk browser on some of these Amazons. You can really watch. You could watch it there as well. So check it out there if you would. All right, Ramon, let's go over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's action. We're again really good results here in the NHL, but again, we'll put up the numbers from Ramon for this year for 2022. They've been impressive, showing great profit here this year on the major sports. Actually, it's a full screen. I'll leave the full screen up there. Then we'll bring them on the camera here so you can see the full screen numbers here. Over that 3,200 units of profit NHL, NBA 1,700 units of profit. Had a great summer league, great NFL season, profitable at NFL and college football. During the NCAA regional was really on those totals. He was really on ahead of the curve here with these totals. Profited there. MMA, great results. Maybe check them out with those CFL videos. Great. A little bit of FIBA in the summer. Well, when there was a little bit of FIBA activity there, he had a winner there for you guys as well. So Ramon, we put the numbers up there. Really good. I'm not going to complain about eight NBA, Monday Night Football, and some hockey. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
That's right. We're going to find, if anything, it makes it a little easier to focus. Maybe for a guy like me that I love a big card, certainly, and I don't like to leave anything no stone unturned, even on a 100-game card. But tonight you can zero in a little bit, and I've got a 3-game package tonight. In the NHL, you mentioned the numbers there, Tony. I've got a 3-pack in hockey tonight, and keep that number rolling up near 3,300 units on the site here at Tony's Picks. Also, NBA Monday night 3-pack. Coming at you, up 1,700 units here on the site. And my Tony's Picks $15 play is on the Monday Night Football game. It's my discount best bet, so why not pass that one along for just $15? Use that profit guarantee and the promo code TonyT at checkout. I'm going to save some nice money on that. Come in there, real inexpensive game tonight. If you're unsure on the game between the Bucks and the Saints, it's a tough one, no doubt about it. You know, you have the Saints. They've done very well in the past against the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers have that defense tonight, kind of playing against some of the Saints' weaknesses, if you will. But we know Tampa Bay, for whatever reason, they can't get moving the ball on the ground. They sometimes have trouble a little bit in the red zone. So what's going to happen in tonight's game? If you're unsure, pick up my Monday Night Football best bet discount for that game tonight, Tony. So be a good week of action. World Cup still to come. We got big matchups ahead. I've played several games so far in Qatar, so probably still be in action. We've got big matchups left. How about England and France still to come? You got to figure this Brazil team is so hot. It'd be a great final, Brazil and France, but anything can happen. We'll whittle that down as we get through the next couple of weeks here, just 2 weeks away from the finals. So plenty of action. Don't forget all the bowl games. You've seen the lines. I've been busy, Tony, with these looking at these bowl lines that really are just starting to come out en masse right now over the last couple of hours, trying to determine who's in and who's out, right, Tony, in the transfer portal or anybody going early, but most.
Looks like we might have lost Ramon momentarily. He was going over his packages there. You got the brunt of it right there from Ramon Scott right now over at Tony's Picks. He has an NBA 3-pack going on right now, so get on board there with that 3-pack. Also in action with NHL Monday night, a 3-pack there. You see the great results he's put up this year in NHL and NBA. Of course, in action with the best bet from Monday Night Football. So we got three packages up there for you. All profit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is profit guarantee. And of course, the longer term passes you see in yellow are not profit guarantee because they're sold at a massive discount. I mean, a really good value there. So, here we are on a Monday. I always like to talk about this 1 week all sports pass. Perfect for a Monday because you get all of Ramon's premium plays here for the week and the weekend, right? So you've got NFL here with Monday, NFL Thursday, NFL Sunday. We got Army Navy. We'll see if he's in action in Army Navy or also the FCS playoffs. So I know Ramon maybe. Hey, look. Go ahead. You got something to say about that? Go ahead.
Well, right, Tony. Everybody held serve this weekend in the FCS playoffs. So I think I was close to pulling the trigger especially on one game. And all the big teams held serve. The top 8 seeds have advanced. You got South Dakota State, number 1. You have Sacramento State, number 2. North Dakota State's number 3 right now. And then my pick right now, if I can, I'll go out and say I like Montana State. They're going to be up against it, but I think the odds are right for Montana State. I got a couple of players there that I'm big fans of and friends of. Sebastian Valdez, a great offensive lineman, and Blake Schmidt of the defense from the Bobcats. So just want to shout those guys out. And Montana State, they're going to be taking on Bill and Mary this Saturday. So you got those 4 matchups: South Dakota State and Holy Cross. Sacramento State is playing Word, and North Dakota State just escapes me right now, Tony. But that's what I got off the top of my head for FCS. The best 8 teams have advanced. Check it out. Those games are in a tight window on Saturday. That's what makes FCS so great. You really 1 Eastern to 3 or 4 Eastern, you're done. Till 6 or 7 Eastern, you're done. And that's what we're going to see this week, especially with all these games kind of out where they belong, out here in the Midwest and Upper Northwest. Great teams, great games.
So those games, so we're down to the 8 teams remaining?
Yeah, 8 teams left. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
let me see here. It's Samford. North Dakota State is playing Samford. I should have got that one. They were in a crazy game for the second straight game. They beat Southeastern Louisiana 48-42 to advance. So it's Samford and North Dakota
we're down to the Elite Eight here. So 4 games this weekend. Ramon's in action there. Maybe we'll get some coverage on the morning Steam show since there's only 4 games, and they'll probably be on the major networks usually. So I'm pretty sure Ramon, maybe not Mindy, but Ramon will have a pick from those a video pick for you. Maybe I guess maybe the Thursday show.
Anything you hint at, I usually will do it.
Yeah, that might draw some interest there, and you get some good viewership there for those, especially because they put them on the ESPN2s, on this time of the year. So guys, get on board there with that weekly All Sports Pass from Ramon. He'll be in action. FCS playoffs, Army, Navy is a possibility as well. Of course, all his NBA for the week, all the college basketball for the week. Don't be discouraged by college basketball. Tomorrow, look at the card. Some really good matchups tomorrow and throughout the week. So sometimes it is a little light on the Mondays because a lot of the teams are in action on the weekend. So just remember, the bigger cards on Saturday and Sunday means sometimes you got the little smaller cards there on the Mondays. But we got a nice card coming up here. Some really good matchups on Tuesday. Of course, that'll be part of the 7-day All Sports Pass. All of Ramon's college basketball, as well as his NHL, World Cup soccer, as we're getting into these. We're in the knockout stages, hitting the quarterfinals after tomorrow. There's still tomorrow's knockout stage is still in the round of 16 tomorrow, and then it's the quarterfinal after that. So use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. All right, Ramon, we've also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon, and got that great show going on with you and Mindy and the community. Team Steam, it's the Morning Steam.
Yeah, I got to pick up for you tonight over, I believe it is in college basketball with Kennesaw going up against Charleston Southern. That's my game over on Tony's Picks Ramon. Pick up another free winner there. I think 5 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, whenever we can get to it. I don't mean it like that. I'd do it every day if I could remember half the time. Getting too old, Tony, but one thing I do remember to do is to wake up every day early out here on the West Coast, usually 2 or 3 in the morning, even earlier on the big cards. I prepare for my show. Tony, it seems like you do it so seamlessly, but I got to get up and get ready and take some notes and all that. So joining Mindy every day, 9 Eastern, 8 Mindy, as I like to call it. That's Central Time there, and out here on the West Coast, 6 a.m. I like to say we're the first with the information on YouTube from all the gambling channels. That's kind of what I like. I don't mind the no sleep factor. Sleep later when we're not here. But join us each day. We went over the card today with NBA, with Monday Night Football, with NHL. We do hit college ball as well, Tony. When there's a good card, like there is tomorrow and Wednesday, I believe we do pick things up in college basketball. So Mindy and I, she's the executive producer of the show. She picks what we talk about. I just have to tag along for the ride and hope I make the right picks to get Team Steam going with a winning night as we go through our picks and also listen to the chat. We like the people in the chat to comment right along in real time and then include their comments for our dissected videos later where they can see their picks on our videos. It's not all about just Mindy and I picking the games. We want to see our chatters with a good record as well. And, maybe they can do some handicapping along with us. So, no, maybe we'll bring them on the air, Tony. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. The great contribution there with the committee, Team Steam. Check Ramon and Mindy out on the mornings here, Saturday through Thursday with the Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and post your picks in the comments during the show. All right, Ramon, of course, be sure to check out Ramon's best bets over at Tony's Picks. Use a promo code TonyT at checkout. All right, Ramon, it's always great having you show. Keep up that great work. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, enjoy the game tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're here with Game Day Picks here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. We want you guys to be live with us so you get the best numbers when we give you the plays here on our show. Let's continue on. It looks like Korea got a goal. They got a goal. It's now 4-1 here, Brazil and Korea, as they hit one right about 30 yards away. Nice little shot about 10 yards outside the box. So nice little strike there for Korea to get on the board here. Really good goal. So let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. Now it is time for my pick. Let's put it up here tonight. We're going to be looking at the NBA game between the Hornets and Clippers. Clippers on the road laying 4, total 216.5. And I'm going to go here underground here, under 216.5 with this Clippers and the Hornets team. And, we're always going to look at the injury report, as we always do with this Clippers team, in any NBA game. I'm always looking at the injury report constantly. And of course, you notice that George and Leonard are out. Kennard is a shooter, a three-point shooter that is questionable. So those three are questionable. On the Charlotte side, we're missing some interesting players here. Hayward's out, Martin's out, Smith and Williams, and we know Ball is out. But the player that really gets my attention on this Clippers team, and if you're a box score guy like me, if you watch my videos, you know I always reference the game prior, and it's only so I can look at the box score, because I really learn a lot from the box score when I do my handicapping. And the one thing that I've learned about the Clippers is Norman Powell is a very important player for this team. I mean, he's not in the starting lineup. He is a bench contributor who puts up a lot of points. And sometimes there are games where he's been actually the leading scorer for the Clippers, because sometimes, with George and Leonard's status up in the air. And of course, Leonard is just, when he plays, he's just a part-time player. He's only logging about 20 minutes. So you got a guy like Norman Powell who's averaging 15 points a game, 3 rebounds, 1.5 assists. And now he's been ruled out with that groin injury. And he does have an impact on that team, especially coming off the bench and giving them scoring. I mean, we've seen games here at Portland where he's had 32 points, 19 against Indiana, 17 against the Warriors, 30 against the Jazz, 26 against the San Antonio Spurs. These are just recent games. His low point was Denver. He had 11 in a loss, but you can see the contributions that Norman Powell gives this team. And when he's not in the lineup, they do feel it here. And he's missed the last 2 games, all resulting in ugly losses, by the way. I mean, they lose 125 to 112 against Utah. Then they only scored 96 against the Sacramento Kings in a rest spot. They had 2 games off before that game, and they only scored 96. So, and we know that Charlotte has their offensive issues as well. So we're going to go under. As long as Powell's out of this lineup, I'm not going to back the Clippers. This is a team I cannot back, because Powell was such an important part of this team, especially with, even when Leonard plays, he's only 20 minutes. So it's just, to me, you got to look at the Clippers, Hornets under 216. Have another bench player, Kennard, who is a 3-point shooter, kind of lives on the 3-point line, kind of like a Steve Kerr type of guy, but not with the productivity, I would say. But he just kind of hangs out by the 3-point line. Clippers, Hornets under 216, and this one will have a start time tonight of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, guys, so check out Tony's Picks. I've got a 3-pack up there. I've got my best bet from Monday Night Football. I have also my play here from the NBA as well as college basketball. So my three top plays together in a 3-pack over at the site. Let me just put my profile page up there now. So I have it up there so you guys can take a look at it. I've got my 3-pack here, which is profit guarantee, and my best bet, which is profit guarantee. And of course, they must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credited back in your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. And of course, this is my 3-pack on the left. My best bet is also part of my 3-pack, so don't buy them both. There's no need to buy both of these packages. Just buy this one here that you'll include my best bet and my 2 plays from the NBA and college basketball. The one on the right is my best bet, which is the NFL standalone. So that's how it rolls there. Also, the long-term passes. Here we are on a Monday. You may consider getting that weekly all sports pass, or you go with the monthly pass. That includes a lot of the bowl games, right? Now, when we're looking at that monthly pass, we're taking you the entire bowl season except the championship game. So there's a lot happening there now with this 1-month pass. So that's something to consider now, because these bowls will be over here by January 4th. So that 1-month pass will factor in all the bowl games except the finals. So a great time to get on board there with the long-term passes. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access my page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click on the All Cappers tab to get signed up. All right, let's continue on here with Game Day Picks. Now it is time for the recap. So let's recap the plays from today's show. We start off with Mindy. Mindy says Avalanche Flyers under 6. You better hurry up, because we're seeing these 6s disappear in a lot of the places out there. Ramon with Troy and San Diego State over 137.5, and I'm on the Clippers Hornets under 216.5. That's going to do it here for this edition here of Game Day Picks. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 3 Eastern time. We'll bring it all over, do it all over again, bring in our cappers here from Tony's Picks. We'll give out the live picks here for you for the Tuesday action. Of course, make sure to like, subscribe, and set notifications. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Let's bring in our crew from today. Going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great night. Making a winning